What is going on, Alpha Hunters? Hope everybody is doing well today. We are about to go into the weekend, and we have a monster week coming up next week. It is going to be a doozy. A lot of information is going to be a lot of important information, very important information, is going to become public next week. Tuesday is going to start off with the CPI for November. And then Wednesday afternoon, we're going to get the Fed final rate hike decision of the year. So we need to really kind of position, get ready for whatever they're going to throw at us, whatever the market's going to throw at us. And we can see the market kind of flat today. Oh, what's up, David? How are you doing, man? It's a nice Friday. It's a nice Friday. What are you up to? Are you watching anything? We'll get a look at the market. We'll get a game plan ready to go for next week. Yeah, it's a lot going on. A lot going on. Yeah, so we're just seeing the market a little flat today. Pre-market was really the action. Basically, the futures traded up all night. They were up almost 1% pretty much pre-market, and then nice little drop down when PPI came out. A little PPI action there. So, yes, sir. 3 round trip trades and barely break even. All right, man. Breaking even. That's taking trades and breaking even. That's a good thing. Taking 3 round trip trades and losing money. That's not a good thing. But yeah, breaking even, not bad. Well, I did some futures overnight. Okay. I did. What kind of futures did you trade? Did you focus on the exchanges, or did you do like some of the commodities? Kind of curious. I don't really trade futures all that much. I mean, I could. I've done it before, but I found out I was addicted. It was like cocaine to me, and I was up all night, and I couldn't do it, man. That's why I focus on options markets, man. I know there's a start and end time, and I'm done. E-minis, yeah. ES minis, mini crude. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, yeah, dude. It's like crack, man. Sometimes you just gotta put the needle away, right? I love trading, but I realized it was just not healthy for me. I was up all the time and stuff like that, and it was really back when I was like in college when I did that. But I've grown up, man. I can't do that anymore. Staying up late at night, it's like getting drunk now. It's like I can't even recover just from staying up late anymore. It's crazy. Uh, yeah, I'm old. I've gotten there, man. I've gotten there. Snagged this AVGO trade yesterday, and it definitely did not work out. They gapped up on earnings. Not a big deal. It's already completely worthless. I'll just remove this from the list. So AVGO didn't work out. Google bearish for next Friday. See if this works out. Vertical down to I think it's a 93 by 92. Yeah, 93 by 92. So yeah, looking pretty good there. Google's still making lows today. Oh man, and it actually did close yesterday below the wicks of last previous couple of weeks, going all the way back to November 22nd. Yeah, Alphabet, man, that hurts. That hurts if you're trying to be bullish. You didn't really want to see that close already. And what's kind of promising there is the SPY. I mean, the SPY's gotten down there earlier this week. Monday, Tuesday, kind of got below some of those wicks. Obviously, the 390 level is very important on the SPY, but we saw some bullishness actually coming in on the SPY the past couple trading sessions, and Alphabet has not seen any of that bullishness come in the past couple trading sessions. Alphabet was looking a little bit better on Monday, but man, as this week's gone on, Alphabet's really gotten hammered. I'm curious what this looks like on a weekly. Man, look at that weekly candle. Wow. It's going to close below, most likely. Most likely it'll close below the previous 3 weeks lower wicks. So that's kind of rough there on Alphabet. Let's see. Q's not looking too bad. Oh man, this looks so opposite of what it was pre this huge bullish run that we got last Wednesday on November 30th. Little sidestep pullback action, explode higher. Didn't really do much. Comes back down. A little sidestep action. Are we going to explode lower? Doubtful. I think we'll probably just be range bound. Even next week, I think we'll be range bound. Probably in between like the 400, 402 to possibly down to the 390. If we end today kind of weak, talk about this just kind of real quick. If we end today kind of weak on the market, I do expect. What I'm kind of thinking happens next week is Monday we probably run down, hit 390, hit this 390 support level on Monday, and probably start bouncing. So we'll see. It'll be kind of interesting to see where we close out today. Currently, we're definitely going to close below the open of last week. So if we look at a weekly, we have a one black crow coming out here. And if we close below the open of 2 weeks ago, which is at 394.64, that would definitely be a nice little evening star reversal at a pretty major support and resistance level. So, yeah, we'll see if that plays out. Not a huge deal if the evening star reversal pattern on a weekly doesn't play out, but we're definitely going to do the one black crow because I don't see there's no way we rally up 3 points today going into the close. But yeah, if we end today kind of weak, I'd be looking for probably early Monday, maybe push down, get below these lows, and then buyers start coming in. And then Tuesday morning, probably a gap up, run back up to 400, and then start to pull back. And then the market kind of pulls back and then waits for Wednesday Fed talk in the afternoon on Wednesday. So, and then maybe we flick back up into the 400, take out Tuesday's high possibly, and then roll back over, come back down Thursday, Friday, maybe back down to the 390 level. I think next week's just going to be freaking all over the place. And as long as we don't break and close below 390 on any day, especially by the end of next week, I would imagine we might chop in there as we go into the week before Christmas and probably just kind of hang out. Probably don't bounce back up to 400, but probably just kind of lower into the 390s, kind of hang out. And then once we get kind of towards the end of December, as we're about to go into the new year, we'll probably start to make some breakdowns. That's kind of what I'm expecting. I'm not expecting huge moves, breakouts in either direction. I'm really not. I think it's just going to be more range bound, but volatile range bound. Very quick, rapid moves from like 390 to 400. Just kind of what I'm thinking. I don't know. Am I crazy? Heck yeah, but so is this market. So, shit. Maybe that plays out. Maybe it doesn't. But it's, I know one thing. The only thing I can guarantee, volatility. It's about the only thing I can guarantee. Apple looking pretty bullish today. Bulls are really trying to save this thing. They need to go back to sleep. FSLR. Don't care too much. Ooh, nice upper wick on a gap down. That looks great for bears. Great. All this other stuff doesn't matter. Yeah, Apple looking pretty bullish today. Kind of surprised. And for how much Apple's up today, Apple's up over 1%. See, I'm really kind of surprised that the market's not up more than that. It is interesting. I'm curious. Let me look at this. Apple, SPY. Yeah, SPY's flat. Like Apple just got, I don't know. Apple's bears in that first 5 minutes, man. They just kind of took off. Interesting. I'm curious. So Microsoft had some news come out yesterday afternoon, like yesterday evening. I think it might have even been after hours. Basically, the FTC is going to block try to lawsuit block their acquisition of Activision Blizzard, ATVI. Yeah, ATVI. It must have come out during the market open. Applesauce saved the day. Yeah, Applesauce did save the day. What are you doing today, man? You working? You better be working. ATVI, though. Yeah, you can see when that news came out about the FTC trying to block The Microsoft acquisition came out basically midday. I just didn't see that. Didn't see that until the afternoon, like later on in the afternoon. But Microsoft's like full game busters gonna go fight for their deal. That'd be interesting. See how that plays out. That could take longer than a year. Years. Like sometimes they can take a while. So we'll see. All right, let's check around the markets. Check the DXY, the dollar. Hmm. Dollar not doing a whole lot. Neither is the market. Everything might be getting in that holding pattern. Rates starting to climb. That's a pretty bullish climb there today on rates. See if that overturns maybe by later in the day. Looking for a drop move, but we are right at max pain, so I may call it a day and go jump in a pool. Yeah, dude, go jump in a pool. I'd imagine the market's going to probably just chill out. I mean, the market hasn't done anything today. I mean, just look at that. I mean, first 15 minutes, gap down, bought up, made a little bit of run. Now we're having a little bit of sell off. Like we've been kind of range bound to where we were the previous day. We got a little bit higher than yesterday, but not much. I mean, we've been range bound in here in between the 395, 397 and a half area basically for the past day and a half. Almost whole trading sessions. So yeah, I mean, there's not much going on. I'm just gonna do my homework, man. Got to check out, see what has moved, what is starting to move, because we have seen a pretty good rotation this week. So I just wanna make sure rotation things are still happening. Oh man, check out this yield curve inversion. Look at that pop today. Wow. Wow. Oh yeah. Always gotta do the homework, man. I'd rather do an hour of homework than 10 hours of work. All right. Interesting here. I'm gonna check the 2-year yield. Okay, so the 2-year yield not doing anything. We're seeing the 10 years really climbing today. Interesting. All right. Okay, so maybe the yield curve's finally bottomed. I'm not gonna call that one because I didn't think it'd get back down to make new lows like it has over the past several weeks. And I'm just like, all right, man, you do your thing. I didn't think it'd get. That thing has been super inverted. GLD made a new high for December, getting above December 1st high. Wow. HYG just hanging out. Nice little gap down getting bought up today on the HYG. Getting kind of stale there. Going out to the side. A little too much out to the side. Let me turn on the simples. Yeah. VIX is also flat. Yeah, it seems like the market's going to starting to get into some holding patterns for next week's move. Next week's going to be a busy week. Let's check out the sectors, how the sector's doing. Utilities are down. Risk on today. It looks like tech's doing pretty good. Nice little, still getting back into that 135 to probably the 130, 129 type area. Maybe just chops in here for a little bit longer in December. Let's see. Industrials are okay. Healthcare is getting hit pretty good today. They've been on a pretty good run though, so that doesn't look like anything other than maybe like just a pullback here on the near term. Financials just hanging out. Sideways consolidation after a strong move in the bearish direction. Look for probably continuation to go back into the bearish direction. Probably have to take a look at that early next week. Probably get a wick higher. Maybe Tuesday, Wednesday on financials. We'll take a look at some of those financial stocks. See what they look like individually. But yeah, financials look like just sideways consolidation. Lower highs, basically lows, all about the same level, but that 34.50 level. So yeah, a little declining triangle action there. So yeah, energies. Yeah, energy stocks, man, ridiculous. Discretionaries even, staples are down, so discretionary, yeah, it's a risk on kind of day. Not like hugely. I mean, look at this. It's just nice little pullback here for staples, but I mean, discretionary is just kind of down here for a couple months, just hanging out down at the yearly lows, pretty much. Just nice little sideways consolidation. And eventually, it just kind of breaks down. It's going to start breaking down eventually, not eventual. I don't know what eventual is. Communications. Wow, communications up almost 1%. Is that? Let's take a look at some big tech. Maybe Meta and Alphabet driving that one. Yeah, seeing the risk on stuff. Oh wow, we saw risk on yesterday. I didn't even look at this yesterday. Well, that kind of makes sense. All right, interesting. All right, let's take a look at some of these stocks. Take a look. Let's see. Microsoft's just kind of hanging out, down a little bit on the day. Nice little gap down on Microsoft. Take a look at Alphabet. Is this one? Oh yeah, we did look at Alphabet. That's right. What's holding up XLC so much? Jesus, his moving averages are so bad. Hey Rose, how you doing? How are you doing today? Yeah, I'm getting on a little early. I'm gonna get off a little early, so gotta do the homework though. Gotta do the homework. Meta, like nothing's going on there. Tesla. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna be really glad when I look here in a second at some of the trades I closed out yesterday. I already know it. I just saw that heat map. Meta, Netflix. Is Netflix making that? Oh my gosh! All right. Dang man, I can't believe Netflix did that today. Gosh, we were looking at this past couple of trading sessions, and I was just like, yeah, it's just gonna come snap right into that 330 level. Let me see. What was this actual low back here? Low of 329.82. What's today's high? Today's high is 329. Probably get one more little push. Yeah, probably get one more little push here. Oops. And probably get right above that wick and probably come back down. I mean, even still, that is really close to a gap fill. I could totally justify being bearish right there. That is nasty. Just slowly grinding higher. Finally got it. I still wouldn't want to be bullish on Netflix. Definitely don't want to be bullish on Netflix now. Oh, I'm going to be looking to be bearish on it. Oh, you got that right. I definitely want to see it. Let me put this line actually exactly where 329.82. 82, because that was the low all the way back on March 14th. 329.82. That was this low right here. I know some people will be like, would like to get right into possibly these lows right before that big gap down. Which, I mean, you know, it might. I mean, those are so close. It probably gets up there in wicks. Like they're all within like a point. Yeah, I mean, I'd rather be patient. You still have. So here's the thing: is like you still have, David, a lot of moving averages kind of coming up. So you're gonna have some supports kind of coming up. So there's no real hurry. And I'm not in it for this like 15-point drop. I'm gonna be in it for a much larger point drop. Probably going into the future. But yeah, I just haven't wanted to be bullish because it had been getting really close to that. Now I'm starting to lean a little bit more into that bearish direction. But keep my eye on this. I'll keep my eye on this. Let's check out Amazon. Amazon. Amazon just, my gosh, it's just holding on. It's just holding on. This thing's going to break down again. I mean, and that's the thing, is like there's no really super solid structure in here. Nice little low here around 64 from back in December of 2018. Man, if it breaks that down, there's no really good ones until you get to maybe 35. It's still a nice little buying spot. You have to watch this as possibly we break down on the market, probably going into next year or something like that. See what happens there with Amazon. Let's see here. All right, so that's that. So Tesla got right back above that. Yeah, that got back above that that call vertical spread I had for this Friday or for today. I'm really glad I exited that sucker. Who else was there? Hershey's. What did you do, Hershey's? Glad I closed Hershey's. That looks. That would have hurt. That would have hurt. I would have been really mad at that one, especially for how good of a day it had yesterday. And then, who else was there What else did I close yesterday? What was that healthcare stock? Forget. Merck. Yeah, Merck. Got it. Thank you, Rose. Yep, and there's Merck. Yep, so glad I closed that one too. Oh man. Yeah, I'm really glad I closed all those. take those small. Actually, the Merck never really got to really even profitable. I guess I did probably in the morning. I just didn't see it. I just closed it out for a minor. I think a small loss or basically break even. All right. Yeah, really glad all that got closed out. So Goldman Sachs was toast as soon as Monday opened. Yeah, I definitely would be down to take another bearish trade probably on some of these financials. J.P. Morgan, Bank of America. Bank of America looks horrible. Wells Fargo also looks really bad. BlackRock, nice little sideways consolidation. Blackstone, yeah, man, they just have a hard time recovering since they locked out the people from redeeming some REITs, some private REITs they had. So yeah, that's tough. Morgan Stanley's been making a comeback here the past couple trading sessions. All right. Citi. Yeah, Citi not really doing much. What about Square? PayPal. PayPal don't look too good. What about SoFi? SoFi just not doing all that well either. Okay. Yeah, if we get some higher retests on some of these financials, I'd be interested in getting back into a bearish play on some of those financials. Definitely get back in bearish on some of those financials. All right, let's see where we close this week. Where's that Monday? Where is Monday? Monday the 14th. Wait, what? Oh, no, it's this Monday. November 21st. APRN was in the news. Yeah, that they're laying off workforce 10%. I'm surprised it wasn't like, hey, we're laying off 100% because we're going bankrupt. I saw that news though. I'll see if it's impacting that stock at all. Looks like the stock is up about 2%. But that opened from November 21st, Thanksgiving week Monday, opened at 394.64. So that is definitely a very, very key level right there for the market to basically see where this week closes. 394.64, and we did get below that earlier in the day. So it's down there in that first 5 minute little lower wick area. That's where the open is for 2 Mondays, 2 weeks ago Monday. So Thanksgiving week Monday. Yeah, that's going to be a hugely, hugely important level to really kind of see if the market closes below that or not. All right, APRN, huh? APRN. I mean, there's nothing overtaking that. 10% reduction of laying off 10% of your workforce is not overdue. That is horrible. Can't miss earnings by 40% either. Yeah, Blue Apron's probably just gone. This gown mean. This gown. There wasn't a whole lot of risk in it, but hey, took a shot. I just want y'all to see something. Now, I've been meaning to show this off every month, and I'm gonna try to make sure I do this. I try to show this off every month at the beginning of every month. Basically, kind of just show off. You know, I keep track of this every week, so I show this every week. But I want people to just kind of get disciplined into their mindset on keeping track of their performance, right? Their performance, and kind of just comparing that to, whatever they want to compare it to, whether it's the SPY. I compare mine to the SPY, but whatever. But just keeping track of, your performance and doing your, not just analysis on the market, but doing your analysis on yourself and your performance and where you are successful, where you're not successful. I have a lot more analytics that kind of looks into my trades. I have, kind of my trades all broken out into different strategies and that kind of stuff. Did you have APRN bearish puts earlier? I do have APRN bearish puts. Actually, I still have APRN bearish puts just because they're worth. Let me tell you what they're worth. Basically nada. Lost 98%. 98% on those APRN puts. So, obviously you can see where we kind of dropped off last week with that little push higher and that close, really the close higher on Friday. Yeah, I had to take a little snapshot of my performance right before I got on the mic. This percentage is actually going to be a little bit higher if our current levels hold here or go further lower. But yeah, it's this kind of really helps you understand what strategies you do well at. Let me so I have here in the trade analytics tab, I got a lot of different strategies kind of broken out different ways, and this lets you know really kind of where your performance lies, where you do really well at and where you don't do really well at. One of the things the way I kind of track my performance though, is not a mark to market valuation, which if you looked in your broker and you saw like you have a trade going on, you'd see its current market value. That's basically mark to market. This is more of a cash transaction, right? So yeah, I might have open orders in here, like Google. Google would be a perfect one. So like I got into a Google, paid $2,000 to get into that trade. So I probably still have about $2,000 or maybe even a little bit more because Google's down of value in Google, right? So what you're not seeing is the offset of the value I'm still currently, oh my gosh, can't say the alphabet, the other name for alphabet. Can't say that word. Phone listening. But I might have the value offsetting that in my broker. So you just need to understand how you track stuff. But I track stuff on a cash basis because when I get to the bullish market, you'll see why. Because I do a lot more of bringing in cash on the short term, and I want to track that cash much more actively than I care to track the trades. So that's about the only reason. I do actually, when I plug in my performance, I do offset. I do plug in my trade value to kind of see to make sure my account kind of bounces out for the week. So whenever I track all these numbers, so it's there. I do want to track more of the cash because cash planning and paying bills and other things like that, and make sure I'm not paying too much for commissions or whatever. Sometimes the broker, costs you a little bit too much on commissions, and I don't appreciate that. That used to be way more of a problem. It's not really much of a problem anymore. Anyways, I just wanted to kind of show that off. Doing pretty good. Yeah, last week was definitely a little painful. I had to eat McDonald's over the weekend. It was kind of a bummer. So yeah, every week, at the beginning of every month, I'm gonna try and just make sure I'm showing that off, just so that everybody gets into the rhythm, the process of just tracking performance. It's not just doing homework on the market and trying to come up with assumptions of what you think is going to happen in the marketplace. It's understanding what strategies are working for you, because everybody trades a little bit different, and some strategies work better for certain people than others. Um, yeah, that's about the best thing. You want to stay in those strategies and in those areas that work best for you and make you the most money. Now, what makes me the most money? What works for you? Everybody's got different time commitments, but you don't understand yourself and understand your trading if you don't kind of keep track of some of that stuff. Okay, it's not about making money; it's about optimizing to make the most out of your money. Everybody can make money investing. Just put money in the market; you'll make money in the long run. All right, man. I'm done soapboxing. But yeah, we're just gonna get used to just doing that every week, or not every week, every month. I do it every week. It doesn't take me long. Just kind of give me a quick wrap up. But yeah. All right. So market rolled over, popped lower, nice little pop lower, nice little volume that also came in there. Was there something that was supposed to come out right at 2 p.m. Eastern? Because the market definitely started selling off right at 2 p.m. Eastern. Came down, found some volume there, and then nice little bounce there over the past 5 minutes. So let's take a look at some stochastics. Try to find because the past couple weeks there was some divergences that were setting up, and I really just kind of want to see if any of these are playing out. So here's a pretty nasty one here on the stochastics. We got much closer to the overbought area compared to back in the August high, and we're making a lower low on the markets. That's definitely something you don't want to see. I need to get rid of this line. We don't need this line. That is definitely something you don't want to see. Also have it here on the MACD line here, on the MACD line. So that's also kind of interesting. Let's check the Qs quick. Qs definitely have a pretty strong one. Yeah, Qs definitely have a really strong one there. Okay, let's check the week. Oh, that is the weekly. Ha. Check the daily. Yeah, not much kind of going on there. What's interesting here is on the histogram, definitely get a little bit of divergence there throughout November and early December. As you made a new high in December, but that histogram there is making a little bit lower high. Same kind of thing there on on the SPY. So that's not super strong, but it definitely does not say that we're looking to be bullish here. So, okay. IWM. Man, look at that IWM. That looks. I mean, just looking at the price chart. Let's see here. Yeah, this doesn't really say a whole lot. We actually made a lower high. So that's interesting. I didn't notice that over the past couple of days. So the IWM did not make a new high in that late November, early December push. I mean, even the Qs made a little bit of a higher high, but the IWM did not. It did not take out the high of November 15th. And this thing does not look good. I mean, the past 3 trading sessions, it has not gotten off the weekly lows at all. This looks very promising to be a little bit more bearish on. I mean, that looks really bearish. Okay. Yeah, here's another good divergence between that August high and the recent highs it's had. On and comparing that to the stochastics, definitely a nice little divergence there. Yeah, man. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna get rid of some of those. I'm just thinking possibly a bearish play on IWM. I don't really want to do it because I mean next week. I mean we got so much activity next week. Yeah, I'll just wait. I think we'll probably. I mean, we're definitely going to see a pop on the market next week. I think it'll probably come on Tuesday. So, all right, that's another thing we need to probably look at. Let me look at the broker. The broker actually might have it. Look at what the expectations are for next week. Tuesday CPI. Okay, that's not there. Labor. I'm sorry. I'm looking. I'm looking real quick. Sorry. All right. Well, fine. Um, what day is that gonna be? December 13 CPI. Estimate. There we go. I'd be really surprised if this is like not. This will work. But I don't think. I think I looked at this article the other day and I don't think I had it. Okay, fine. Consumer price index year over year. Thank you. Okay, forecast is 7.3%. Interesting. That is very interesting. Here we go. If that's small for you guys, I'm gonna blow it up. Give me a sec. Wow. Dude, the freaking ads, man. All right. So this next Tuesday morning, an hour before the market, forecast 7.3%. So a scenario I was thinking about here the other day is that they usually revise the two previous ones also. And what happens if they revise the one that was issued in November, October CPI reading? And what if they revise this up to like, I don't know, 7.9%? And it's almost roughly in line with what the previous forecast was. That would be interesting, because then if they revise this up to 7.9%, and then the actual for November, maybe tomorrow it comes in at like 7.7, 7.8%. That would be interesting to see that. I wonder how the market would take that. I wouldn't imagine they would take that very well, either. I wouldn't imagine the market would like that at all. Yeah, that would basically just say, hey, inflation's not falling nearly as fast as you're liking. But we do know that if the Fed is expected to raise the Fed funds rate on Wednesday by 50 basis points, but I'm just thinking like, hey, if they revise this up to like 7.8, 7.9, especially if it's like 7.9, and then the actual for November comes in at like, I don't know, 7.7, that 7.6, and it just shows that it's not falling as fast as they wanted it. Could be something that would be of interest. Yeah. 791. You know what? CPI. I'm gonna save this. Then we don't have to type into the alphabet engine again. That's fine. Oh, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. Um, 'Cause I like this. Very easy. I can see what all the previous ones were. Yeah. Yeah. Just interesting idea if they do revise that October one up, and then tomorrow comes in roughly with where last month's first reported was. It'd just be really interesting to see how the market would take that. And then they're also going to revise the September actual number as well. That'll be the last time September actual number is revised. So, RH CEO, the housing market is collapsing. Morning, gentlemen. Morning, man. Where are you at? I would like it to be morning again. But how you doing, Iceman? Just trying to see what's going on in the marketplace, man. There ain't a whole lot going on today. PPI this morning came in a little hot, which was very interesting because we've seen a lot of those commodity energy prices falling here the past. Several months they've been falling, so it was kind of interesting to see that, especially like oil and gas. Speaking of oil and gas, let's go take a look at those stocks. Crude oil. Oh my god, this is not what you wanted to see. I'm gonna talk about this in the market outlook video for tomorrow. Jesus. So yeah, I mean that just, you don't want to see this fall off like this. How far it's been just absolutely just precipitously falling like that. That just shows there's really weak demand out there, so it's just not good for the economy. Because that's basically just telling you the economy is just really weak. Gasoline continuing to fall as well. Okay. Let me just look at 1 month. I'm gonna go back. Yeah, because that massive run up that we had back in 07, 08, and in the fall that we had then in 08 and 09 is just, man, that was so bad. you need to order heating oil. Oh man, that sounds like a pain, and I'm really glad I don't live in the north. Oh man, but yeah, this is not what you want to see. I mean, we've had a huge run up in crude oil and gasoline, and then now it looks like we're just coming back down, very much like it was back in '08. So, um, yeah, yeah, not looking good. Exxon, sideways consolidation. Interesting. We continue to sideways consolidate. I'm going to be looking to get bearish. Take a bearish play on that. A lot of the others have already continued to break down. MRO, Marathon, VLO, MPC, Marathon Petroleum. Looking great. Yeah. Was it? I want to see what copper's been doing. Copper not breaking this high that it had back in November. So far, still got a little bit of an uptrend, but maybe starting to see the top happen. Maybe start to turn over. Devon, I haven't seen Devon in a long time. Oh my gosh, that is a drop. Yeah, Oxy, Warren Buffett's favorite, right? Not a hugely bearish day, but just continuing bearish. If we get a pop on energy stocks next week, I might be interested to kind of get in on a bearish play on some of those. Some maybe take a bearish play on that kind of scenario. Somewhat ex dividend. Oh yeah. Okay, I see that. Yeah, it's never good if you're just holding on to support levels and you go ex dividend because sometimes you see those ex dividend jump below some support levels, and all those technicals, man, all those technical people just looking at those support levels really then kind of punish you for that. I've seen it happen before, but these don't look like they're at major technical levels. Like if it was at like this level back here on Monday, September 26th, whatever low that is, 57.43 or so. Yeah, if it would have been like hanging out down there and then would have gapped below it, that would have been rough. That would have been rough. What else is? I'm trying to think of what's BKNG. Yeah, bookings. Okay. Whoa. Booking Holdings. Okay. Carnival Cruise. Carnival not looking good. Experian or Expedia, Experian. Experian, the credit company. But yeah, Expedia, man, that is look a little longer. I mean, look at this. I mean, it has been down at these price levels for roughly half a year. Jeez. Yeah. Man. You get below, man, if you have a weekly close down below 90. Yeah, if you get a weekly close below 90, just expect it's going to continue. Like you got a lot of wicks down into there. So yeah, if you get a weekly close on XPE, XEXPE, it's not going to look good. Transport's not looking good. Getting bought up a little bit today, mostly just flat. Mostly flat. CSX. Nice little bullish day yesterday. Okay. Union Pacific, little flat, not doing a whole lot. NSC. Norfolk Southern, little flat, not doing much. So that's the railroads. They're all pretty flat. They ain't doing much. United Airlines. Gap Down got bought up. AAL, American Airlines, not looking too bad. ALK, Alaska Air Group, Gap Down bought up. Love, Gap Down bought up. Okay, so that's pretty common theme there for the airlines. Gap Down bought up. Look at Boeing. Boeing not looking too bad. Looks like it's probably gonna roll over. Man, I don't know. Actually, that thing could go either direction right now. If the 10 keeps pushing it higher, I mean it's gonna pop higher, but those upper wicks that have come in the past 2 days, pretty nasty. They have some news event just happen. Look at all that volume. What the heck? Is that? It was right at 2:20 Eastern. That's interesting. FedEx. What is FedEx doing? UPS. What about ship is this what I want to see? Shipping. It doesn't look bullish, I know that. Yeah, shipping has absolutely fallen off. After how much of a pain it was back in Q1, early Q2, it has fallen off. I don't know if I don't really know there's shipping stock all that much. Synergy Maritime Holdings. Let's check this out. Ship. Yeah, that's rough. A lot of things, man. They just got so low. It's hard for them to keep going lower. Oh man, look at this. Ship got back down to like it's 2020, completely dead in the water. I mean, look at that. Look at that nasty gap down in 2020. Jeez, that's crazy. But that's basically where it's at. Well, that is not promising. That's not promising. I don't know how you could. That was weird. Let me turn log back on. I mean, yeah, just look at that. I mean, ever since this thing has gone public, that looks like worse than. My gosh. Yeah, I don't know too much about shipping, the intricacies, but I know stuff about charts, and that don't look good. I need to figure out. There used to be another one, SH. Oh, you know what? Mara. It looked like short ship. Yeah, it did look like short shipping, like an ultra short. That's the way those long-term ultra shorts look like. Maritime. United Maritime Corporation. I'll check that out. That looks better. USUC is a relatively new stock. IPO'd back in July. Looking pretty good here recently. Let's check you out, bro. What are your thoughts going into next week? All right, let's do that. Let's talk about next week. So I'm going to get off the mic here in about 5-7 minutes. Whew. All right. Next week, man. Honestly, I don't know. I have an idea, but I'm not. Volatility is about the only thing I can guarantee. I'm not expecting bullishness or bearishness, like over like a weekly close or anything like that. I'm really not. Like if we start to have a little bit of a sell off, we get back if we can get below 394.50 by the close today, I think Monday we just come out, we'll probably make a run down to this 390 level and then start to bounce. CPI numbers then come out Tuesday. I think the market will respond pretty positively. Try to then make a run up to 400. And then Wednesday comes out, gap down a little bit. Everybody waits for the Fed talk. Probably have a flick higher, take out Tuesday's high, come back down, and then then Thursday, Friday, probably just continue lower. I don't think we close below 390. And then if we don't close below 390 or don't get solidly below 390, I would think then the week after we probably just hang out in the lower ends of the 390 area, just chop around between like 390, 395. That's really kind of what I'm thinking. I think it's just going to be more volatile, like on the near term, just people just all over the place. And I don't expect crazy bearishness. I don't expect like hardcore bullishness either. But that's kind of what I'm expecting. I'm expecting volatility. Because everybody can kind of see like, hey, we're breaking this supporting uptrend. We came back below after a breakout last week. Even a weekly close over the two previous week highs. We came back below it Monday, Tuesday, just sliced right through those levels. Right, just like a hot knife through butter, just came right through them very steadily. Obviously, we did find some support levels at 402, 400 a little bit, 399, and then but we just continued to go down, and we didn't really find some support until we got to about 392, and really we just kind of been chopping in there. So yeah, I'm not really sure about next week. Honestly, I'm really not. I just expect volatility. I expect us to probably hit 400 at least. Probably expect us to hit 390 at least. And, if we bounce early in the week, start to make a run to 400, then I expect probably come down to 390. And then maybe we bounce a little bit by Thursday, Friday. I don't expect us to break 400 or 390. Like hold break. We might wick below one or the other. Might wick below both, or wick above or below both. But yeah, I don't think the market's going to make it easy for anybody. I don't think it's going to make it easy for the Bulls. I don't think it's going to make it easy for the Bears. And then I think we'll probably just go into the week after, the week before, Christmas week or Christmas weekend. I think we'll probably just kind of chop in here, and then kind of as the market gets into like that holiday, everybody's on vacation, or in between that Christmas, New Year's time frame, starts to kind of fall asleep. Maybe we just kind of roll over, and then as we go into January, we start to see a little bit more selling. And I expect the first part of January to be a little bit quiet, like a little choppy, but not directional. Maybe up, down, just a little sideways, I guess, over a couple trading sessions. And then, I think we'll probably just get to selling. Maybe we start selling right away. I don't know, but I don't think we break down big time next week. I know a lot of people are expecting that, and that's probably the reason why I think we won't break down hardcore next week. I really don't. It'd be interesting to see what it looks like on Monday when we get on the mic on Monday, and what's coming of it. But I'd be a little bit more patient here. Everybody knows we have hardcore news coming out Tuesday and Wednesday, right? Everybody knows we got those hardcore news guys coming out. So everybody also knows, in a typical year, we do, we're a little bit bullish to start December. We have a little bit of a pullback, and then we go bullish into the end of the year, right? That's typically what we see out of a normal December. Well, what have we seen already this December? Well, one, it's an abnormal year, right? That's a normal year. We have an abnormal year, right? So we have selling coming in, expect a little bit of a retracement, and then possibly a rollover as we go into the end of the year. I don't know. I mean, it's an abnormal year, right? We're in a bear market. How often does that happen? Once every 7, 8 years, statistically. So yeah, I mean, maybe we are going to be a little abnormal than the norm, right? This is the norm. This is the norm. Abnormal. We're in an abnormal year, so not expecting crazy things, but I'm not expecting directional moves too much. Maybe once we get towards the end of December, we will, but and a lot of that will probably just be anticipation as we go into 2022. I think I think we could get the flush next week. It'll depend on if CPI comes in hot. Yeah, that's gonna be real interesting, man. If CPI comes in hot, it's like a it's like two things. It says two things. One, the economy's strong, right? But two, the Fed's going to have to continue raising rates, and that's what's been crushing the market. Like not crushing the market, but that's what's been really holding the market down and making the sell off this year that bad. Is the Fed is having to raise rates as much as they are, and all that. Obviously, a lot of that's driven by the CPI numbers. If CPI comes in like 7.1%, 7.2% or lower, then yeah, I mean maybe we do see probably a strong pop on the market, but then the Fed comes out the next day and says, "Yeah, screw you guys. No, we're still going to hold rates high." I don't know what they could say then, but they've been pretty adamant about killing any kind of bullish activity in the market this year. So they might just continue with that narrative. I don't know, man, but yeah, it'll be interesting with the CPI numbers coming in. I think it'll be hot. I do, and maybe that's what maybe we do try to go bullish maybe on Monday, and then CPI gets us to gap down to 390. You know what? That might actually be a very strong possibility because there's gonna be a lot of bullish activity on this 390. We haven't tested this yet, so maybe we gap down on Tuesday off the CPI numbers, test into 390 the first time, we get bought up, and then I mean I don't know what that happens for the Fed day. I don't know what they would say honestly, but I'd be surprised if we don't retest into 400 before we really start breaking down. I'd imagine we retest into 400 at least once sometime here throughout the month of December. And I'd imagine it probably comes next week or the week after. Sometime one of those 2 weeks. One of the 2 weeks before we get to Thanksgiving, not Thanksgiving weekend, but Christmas weekend. One of those 2 weeks, next week or the week after. So if we don't retest into 400, I'd be really kind of surprised. But it doesn't mean you have to. Maybe we just kind of get into the mid 390s, maybe 397, 398. I don't know. Yeah, 390. Yeah, yeah. I can't disagree with that, man. I don't know how I don't know about a full on waterfall, but as you get further back down to these lows, I'd say below 360, probably below 360. They're going to be a lot more trending in the bearish direction. That was kind of typically when I looked at it at the 01, 02 bearish market, 07, 08. That was typically what I saw. Once you got closer to this low that you kind of had before you, they really just started rolling over. They really just started really moving very strongly. So Yes, 390 is also that 50-day exponential moving average. Yep. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely support there, and that's the thing is like, if you look at the daily, well, we got support now, kind of above and below us. And we also have the 100 moving average, and that's kind of where we came to this week, right? We came to the 100 moving average on Tuesday and Wednesday, and that's where we stopped. We didn't go any lower. So we have the 100, the 50, and the 390, which 390 is very important. A lot of technicals just going back, a lot of pivot levels around that 390 area. So yeah, 390 is very important. And if we want to look at the weekly, see if we're above any on the weekly, well, we definitely are. But we're above the 10 and the 20 on a weekly. So yeah, I mean, we start to get below those and below the 390. It's going to be really tough for the market to overturn it and go back into the bullish direction. CPI comes in light. That'll be 2 consecutive months for lighter than expected CPI. The market will probably rally, and then Jerome Powell will come in and smack it back down. Jerome Powell's he's been known to smack around that market, man. He's been the market smacker this week or this year. He's been adamant about that. But yeah, Alpha Hunters, I'll get a market outlook video tomorrow. I'm going to be really curious to see where we close. I'm really watching that Monday, November 21st open. I'm really watching that 394.64 level. And that is in that low period of the first 5 minutes that we had today back over here. So if we get back down below that level, which basically 394.60, if we get below 394.60 for the close today, yeah, that is not going to look good on a weekly chart. It won't look good. VIX is still up. VIX is still up quite a bit. Yeah, VIX still up. So we'll see what next week holds. The only thing I can guarantee next week is volatility. I mean, we got two major news things coming out. We got CPI Tuesday, Fed on Wednesday, and Fed during the day is always a volatile time period. So the only thing guaranteed next week is volatility. That's it. Unexpected, crazy volatility. Alpha Hunters, y'all have a great rest of your day. Take care. Have a great weekend, and I will chat with y'all next week. Take care, Alpha Hunters.